Okay.
Welcome to the Biz Boyz broadcast. My name is Mason Money.
And I'm Russ Console.
And this week we are going to talk about robots who learn how to be delivery men, robots who learn how to count, Bill Gates says some things, and then we're going to talk about wine. That's what is on this Biz Boyz broadcast.
I don't know what Bill Gates said. I'm looking forward to hearing it though.
He talked trash about you. I really didn't like it when he said the things he did.
Okay. I don't think I've ever heard anything insightful come from Bill Gates though. So
Ooh,
I'm interested.
Mud has been thrown. All right, so moving on to current events, Biz Boyz news segment. I'm going to start off with
Thanks
my
for making me have to time that right in the video.
Oh, yeah. No.
Extra editing.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a new skill you get to learn. So I'm going to start with my current event, Russ, because you have no choice.
Well, you already wrote it as number one in our little slide thing, so.
Every single time.
Guess you go first.
All right, so I'm going to start off with, Russ, if you were to guess what the start of Skynet would be, like a job a robot would do that you would think, wow, that's going to start Skynet someday, what would you say it is?
Donut making.
Donut making.
Yeah, as soon as the robots are making the donuts, it's going down.
Really?
Yeah.
You think humanity is going to be killed by the Krispy Kreme glazed donuts?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, I mean, that is like the epitome of human creation is the donut. When robots take that over, we're done. We have nothing else to give.
Close, but I was looking for delivery man. So have you said delivery man? Maybe he's delivering donuts. I don't know. But delivery man.
It's the kind of delivery man I like.
So the reason why I say this is because we've heard in recent times, or maybe semi-recent times, you've heard companies like Amazon and Google try to create their drones that do the deliveries, right?
Right.
Really never heard anything more than just advertising. I never saw a drone in the sky carry a package. You know,
Not yet, at least.
At least not one that I missed with my
You know whose fault that is?
The government?
The government.
God
Specifically the FAA. I don't actually know that, though.
Okay. Well, we're not going to make this another government paid broadcast.
Make it a government thing.
No, but guess who's throwing their hat in the fold, I guess you could say.
Krispy Kreme?
Close again, FedEx.
FedEx
is throwing their hat in the ring by creating something that they're coining the same-day bot. So what they're trying to do is create an autonomous vehicle that operates on the sidewalks that can deliver packages on the same day.
Okay.
So this technology, it's going to be using safe tech, whatever the heck that means, multiple cameras, LiDAR, and machine learning to help detect obstacles and get to where it needs to be.
But it can only go on the sidewalk?
It can only go on the sidewalk.
I could see some interesting obstacles it would have to overcome.
If it was me, I would make ramps for the robot so that on the sidewalk I would just create a ramp where it just slowly goes up until it's about, let's say, 30 feet high and then it just comes straight down.
The robot makes its own ramp like before?
No, it doesn't make its own ramp. I build a ramp right in front of it.
Okay.
But yeah, so FedEx is partnering with Pizza Hut, Target, Walmart to try to help them with these same-day deliveries. Because the idea is that they're trying to alleviate some of the work of those mile-long deliveries where there's houses right next to distribution centers.
Yeah.
They don't like the idea of having to hire a guy just to do such a small delivery or such a small distance
delivery. It's not
delivery.
the best use of resources.
Right. You can find a more efficient time, and everything is cheaper with robots. It's free labor.
Of course.
Yes. So they're partnering with Pizza Hut, Target, and Walmart. So I figured Target and Walmart are pretty easy because most people buy from the nearby Targets and Walmarts. So it's not too long of a distance. And Pizza Hut also makes sense because there's Pizza Huts on every corner, if you ask me. So every time you order something, I'm sure one of those same-day bots can deliver a pizza to you on time.
That would be nice.
Yes.
I think they're going to have a lot of trouble in Venice.
Venice?
Venice Beach, that is, California. Yeah.
I was going to say Italy?
No. Well, they might have some trouble there. It might have to be a boat.
Yeah, because they don't speak the Booga Booga language in Italy either.
No, but in Venice Beach, all of the whoever planted the trees is a moron because they pick trees to plant like in the sidewalk, on the planters that just rip up the sidewalk so much that the sidewalk is like 4 feet above where it's supposed to be because of all the roots that have grown in, and yeah, it's ridiculous how bad the sidewalks are there.
Yeah, I think these robots are gonna have a tough time, and I'm interested to see
all the bird scooters that are laying around now. How's it gonna make it through?
I mean, how's it gonna just make it past teenagers who just love breaking shit?
Or me.
Or you.
I do love breaking shit.
I mean, I guess you could have cameras on the front of the bot so it can record everybody and anybody that passes by. So I guess it'd have video footage of anybody who breaks it. But
I guess like Bird's strategy is just if you can make it cheap enough, the amount that will actually get destroyed or damaged is so little that it doesn't really matter.
What about the package though?
I guess you would have to record it so that you could replace it for people.
Yeah, somebody's got like a priceless family heirloom or like a vase with their dead nana's ashes in it, and it gets sprawled out all over the sidewalk because Timmy took a bat to the same day bot.
That's a very unfortunate situation.
It's a very unfortunate. You got Nana flying all over the place. Everybody's sniffing Nana. It's all over the place. Ooh. Yeah. Not the kind of powder I want to do on a Saturday night.
Don't go there.
Okay. All right. But yeah, so I'm interested to see where it goes. I think when Amazon and Google didn't do it because of, like you said, the government regulations, I also think that there was so much to think about. Though the airborne system is probably a safer bet than the sidewalk.
I think there's less obstacles to overcome.
Yeah.
Like there's everything just littering the sidewalks. As long as a drone gets enough altitude, it'll be over any sort of power lines would be like the biggest thing. Other than that, it can sense buildings pretty easily, I'm sure. So
yeah.
I don't see why drones would be a better idea, I would think.
Yeah, it's just I guess there's a package weight limitation with those, where the sidewalk could lift or could probably drive most things that would be delivered. Anyway, that was mine. I think it starts the Skynet. Same day bot, so look out with terror, people, because it is coming.
Okay.
All right.
Look out. So the next current event is that there's an AI system that we might be able to use for Berry Wi-Fi.
Oh God.
For those of you that might just be joining us, Berry Wi-Fi is our business that we have to give small businesses data via their Wi-Fi. So information on their guests that log in, how many people are there, how often.
Well, some people call it a business. Some people call it not a business because we're not
making
a business
money yet.
Okay.
It's an attempt at a business.
Yes.
Anyway, the current event that I found is that there was some research done, and they used AI to predict how many people were in a room using Wi-Fi connections. Not just the connections, but how many people were near the Wi-Fi and whatnot, because you can just see how many people are within connecting distance with Wi-Fi data. So they had people that did different things. They had people eating, they had people walking by, they had people doing different things, and the AI was then able to predict how many people were in the room and how many people were leaving and coming at any one time. So what they did was they had like real data, which was done by electronic trigger every time somebody came and entered through the door, and then the deep learning model that was coded by a person, and then it predicted it, but then based off of what the real-time data did, the deep learning model learned and reevaluated how it did its prediction. So then it would change and say, all right, well, based off of the errors that I had with this amount of data on my first prediction, I'm going to make this new prediction based off of this new set of data.
And it's just predicting people coming in?
It's predicting the amount of people that are in a room at any one time using just data from how many people are around the Wi-Fi and how fast a connection comes and leaves and whatever. And they were using people that were there was a list of activities they had them doing. They had them eating, they had them talking, they had them like waving, so if their device was like moving around in different ways, they had people walking by, and they had them doing a couple other things.
Interesting.
So that they could monitor what is a different, if you could see a device moving in a different pattern, what does that mean for what they're doing? Are they actually in the store? Are they actually a customer? Or are they someone else?
What use is this?
Well, we could use it.
We can already count people.
We can count the people that log in.
Yes. And logged out.
Yeah, and we can count the people that are near. We can't count the people. We count the devices, right? The devices that log in, the devices that are near, but we don't know the exact number of people that are in the room. And this is just a model that would better predict the number of people that are in a room.
Would it be able to say that if there's a laptop right here and a phone right here, that it's one person?
I assume yes.
Okay, because that's the only thing I would see is right now Barry would just calculate 2 people because it's these 2 different devices. It's calculating devices and thinking that it's 1-to-1, I guess.
Yes. I don't know how, we haven't gotten that far, so I don't know how much error ours is going to have.
0.
But they were able to get over a 90% prediction correct down to the person with the deep learning model.
I guess it's the prediction part. I just feel like it's just measure, right? Just measure at the time and count how many there are there at the time. The prediction part is what's throwing me off.
Well, there was an electronic trigger at the door that was counting the number of people, so they would have an exact count. That was just how the deep learning model learned. It knew when it was wrong because it compared itself with the actual data. In order for you to learn, you have to know when you're wrong. So same thing with a deep learning model. You have to give it first the data. First, the data it has available, so it's Wi-Fi data, but then also the actual data to compare all the errors it made in its prediction, and then it's coded to learn from its errors.
That's interesting.
What deep learning is.
Yeah, I get the deep learning part. I don't understand if we can measure the Wi-Fi signals, if we can measure the device within the Wi-Fi signal and maybe track its movements. Why can't it just count people when it does that? Why is this doing predicting this stuff?
Well, it can count the number. You can count the number of connections with that data.
Right.
The deep learning model can can predict the exact number of people with that data.
Okay. Interesting.
And the amount of people in the room, not just.
Okay. Who do you think would need this to know this precise?
Because
we're having trouble selling our cheap software.
The store owners that we're looking at it would probably benefit from it. Other than that, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know how
the government probably could find a use for it.
Okay.
To spy on you in some way.
Okay. Already we're always working to the government, huh?
Yeah. Exactly.
Interesting.
If you ever figure out something innovative that's useful to people, sell it to the government. They'll use it for a bad reason, but you'll make a lot of money.
Interesting.
That's the moral of the story.
God dang. Moving on. So moving on. Usually we do about 2 current events, but I found a bonus event for this week. Woo! But I'm going to do it in the form of a multiple choice question to you, Russ.
Okay. Because I avoided that slide, so I don't know what it's about. So first time I'm learning.
So I want to say that if you get this wrong, I think you should I get to post one single line on your Facebook media or your Twitter media, social media, whichever
on my
one.
Twitter?
Twitter or Facebook. I'll let you choose which one, but I get to post a single sentence. If you get it right, you get to post something on mine.
Are there any rules in terms of what kind of content you can post?
I won't do anything racist or anything that'll hurt your image, but I will do something that may make people think that you're a wussy.
My image is very fragile, Mason.
Do you accept my terms?
Yes, I accept your terms.
Okay, I like this. Okay, so as I hinted out in the beginning, this is what Bill Gates said to one news reporter that talked to him. All right, so basically, I'll give you a little bit of lead up.
Fuck you. That's what I'd say to a reporter.
No, so the title of the article is Bill Gates says these technological innovations will change the world.
Okay.
So I read the list of technological innovations. I picked one of them, and I picked 3 fake ones. So you have to guess which is the one he actually said.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So you have to pick the one he actually said. So which one
does Bill Gates think will change the world?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will only give you one sentence from the beginning of the article that gives you a little bit of a hint. Mm-hmm. Fair? All right. Bill Gates has made his fortune and has given much of it away, thinking about the endeavors that will make our world a healthier, connected, and equitable place. It's the only hint you get. And there's actually a little bit of keys in there. All right? So, did Bill Gates say that A, autonomous cars and taxis is going to be an innovation that changes the world? B, green toilets are going to be an innovation that changes the world?
Ooh, I like that one.
C, augmented...
Wait. by green you meant like energy efficient. I was thinking like green toilets, but all right.
C, augmented reality video games.
Okay.
And D, miniature studio apartments, also called microlofts. Get it? Because it's Microsoft.
Aha! Microlofts.
Yes. But that could be totally something he said.
Oh, it could be.
So, which one is it, Russ? Which one do you believe that he's the one he said?
Realistically, I think it's the green toilets, but in the interest of, I don't know.
Get into the mind of Bill Gates. What has he produced in his life?
He's produced a lot of technology things.
Okay.
Computer.
Towards what
stuff.
focus? I'm giving you too many hints.
I don't know. Personal use of things. It was autonomous cars, green toilets. What was the third one?
Augmented reality video games.
Reality video games. Equitable. He's giving his money away for things. I'm going with green toilets, but not the clean energy ones, like actual green toilets, like bright green.
Well, you got it right, but wrong. It is green toilets, but it's electrically efficient and waste reducing green toilets. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So for that, I think you get to post one line on my Google Plus account.
No, actually, the bet was now you get to post something on my Facebook.
Oh, was that it?
That was it, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so now you get to post something on my Facebook, and I can't say anything about it. But it's only one sentence, and preferably not racist or sexist or anything that would get me thrown in jail.
Oh, of course not.
Oh, boy.
No.
Okay. Other things that he said, he also talked about projects such as Dactyl, which teaches robots how to develop fine motor skills, like flipping a block in its hand.
Okay.
Plant-based meat alternatives that are developed in labs. I'm sure that's one you've been tracking, but you like the more meat-based meat grown in labs.
I like the lab-grown meat, not the plant-based stuff that's not actually meat.
Also, other things he talked about was customized cancer vaccines tailored to an individual patient's needs, and capsules with mini microscopes allowing
vaccines.
So a lot of the times
cancer vaccine.
Cancer vaccines, I think it means treatment like chemo, something that's radiation therapy. Or it's something completely different that I don't quite know. Maybe there is vaccines for cancer.
Not yet.
Well, we cured cancer a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
And finally, capsules with mini microscopes allowing physicians to check kids and infants for gut issues without having to use anesthesia. Makes sense.
Nice.
All right. So congratulations.
I just put the kids to sleep and not wake them up.
I'm going to have to edit that from the video. I also realized we haven't been paying attention to 12 minutes. That video probably stopped a long time ago. And all right. So moving on to our next segment before our camera exploded, which I'm not sure if they're...
And to avoid the topic of children.
Yes, and to avoid the chop... Damn it, why'd you bring it up? We cut it out for a reason. Hopefully, maybe...
Oh, we were supposed to cut that out?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Maybe for like 6 minutes there, they were looking at beautiful scenery or something. Maybe just Bill Gates' picture, zooming in and out. Anyway, moving on to our next segment, which is...
Bill Gates in beautiful scenery.
Biz Boyz Berry. Boop, 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 boop. Boop.
I'm just going to make you be doing weird things.
So, Russ, you want to take over this segment? What's happened?
Yeah, so I don't think anything much from last week. So last week we had a call from a potential client. Oh, we might have a new potential client.
True.
That's true. So we might have a second one now. We had two, but then one dropped off. I think we got a new one.
Yeah, one we didn't like that one. We said we're done with you.
Pretty much.
It's not gonna work. So we kicked them to the curb, and now we got another one.
We're supposed to be transparent here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, they didn't talk to us. They didn't like us. I Googled or I emailed them. I called them. I sent them love letters. They never responded back.
You're talking about somebody that's not RO? I was talking about RO.
Oh, what? Oh, I thought we were talking about RO too.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes won't be successful, but hopefully we'll be. It sounds like we're going to be successful with one of them, but not some others. So.
We do have another one with a sweet name.
This is true.
We'll keep our clients' names out of it. We want to keep them unless they agree with it, with us talking about them on this Biz Boy broadcast. We'll keep their names out of it. Keep it sanitized.
I already messed up that once so far. But
Yes.
Maybe we'll bleep that out.
So never happen again. Never again.
Never again.
Okay. You never mention RO. Shit.
You never mentioned what?
Nothing. What? But anyway, so yeah, nothing much has happened this week, but we are considering changing the format of the Biz Boys broadcast a little bit.
True.
But we'll go into more detail when we actually finalize the format. We're trying to evolve with what we're doing, and we think we have a better way of doing it.
We like the lessons and giving some. But we want some more time to give more, at least Mason wants some more time to give some more in-depth knowledge on the lessons we learn. So we might push those out to their own videos.
Yeah.
And then we'll still have like we think we're still going to have like an overall topic for the podcast, but the major lessons are going to be separate videos probably.
Yeah, because I felt like I pushed too much learning on you too fast. I want to take it slow. You start with grabbing the hand, and then you do a hug, then you get closer, and then we have babies and we have kids together. So.
You know how I feel about that.
Okay. But yeah, so nothing happened this week on Barry Wi-Fi, but we'll come to you probably next week on it. Well, not next week. I'll be in Nihongo.
Nihongo.
Well, actually, it's Nihon. Sorry, Nihongo is the language.
Is that on Neptune?
No, Nihon is Japan.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
It is Japanese for Japan, which is Nihon.
Is Japan on Neptune?
No, Japan is not on Neptune. Gosh.
I don't know geography, I'm sorry.
But we won't be filming next week, but hopefully we'll be releasing these videos at some point when somebody gets their act together and starts editing videos.
When I edit videos, yeah. When I'm not chronically diseased, I will do that, yes.
Well, I'm not paying you to be chronically diseased, Russ.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to our next segment, Biz Boyz Ideas.
Biz Boyz Ideas.
Boop.
Now that one's going to be interesting if I edit that right.
So this is where we come to you every week with a new business idea just to go over, or to bring you an idea, to kind of go over what I think about when we're first coming up with ideas and the critical things you need to think about when you're first developing a business plan. This week, Russ, I bring you my company business idea, called Wine Vines.
Wine Vines. You have mentioned this before, and I like this one.
Yes.
I like this one a lot.
So literally, this is the only other business idea I have. So I'm going to be running on empty. I'll have to think of some when I'm in Japan.
This is an important time because he said he didn't want to share this one on the podcast because he thought you'd steal it.
Yeah, this is literally one I would do if I given the time. If I didn't have MBA in this, I would be doing this right now. And Wine Vines, Russ, is literally just Twizzlers red wine, or red vines kind of thing, but made out of wine.
Made out of wine.
Made out of wine. And you can make it in a way, because there's very little baking, so that the alcohol is still there.
Okay.
It's not strong. You might need a whole package to feel something, if anything, but it's made out of wine. So
a lot of people like wine.
A lot of people like wine.
I like wine.
You kidding me? I could easily sell this to any valley girl or any single mother who just wants to drink their wine out of a wine vine.
Maybe the package is like mixed with like wine flavored ones and chocolate flavored ones.
Oh gosh. Ooh. Gosh, I'm creating more obesity in America. So we're going to go through the 5 segments we usually do in the business, which is value proposition, who the customers are, how you're going to make money, what money is it going to take to make this money, so your cost, and who's going to supply and distribute it. So we're going to go through those 5 like we normally do. Okay, starting with value proposition. Literally candy for adults. It's made of alcohol. I think
I like this.
You don't need to do much in terms of convincing people. I think most people would agree that this is a great thing. I've already agreed that this is a great thing. So basically I would sell it as delicious candy for adults.
What if I just want to drink wine and eat red vines?
What do you mean? Like drink wine and just eat normal red vines without alcohol? Well, Russ, that's so expensive. Why not just eat wine vines?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to buy 2 things, and wine's expensive.
Yeah, you're a man of action, Russ. You're on the go.
But now you're making more expensive red vines that don't get you drunk.
Well, they do. They give you a little buzzed.
Okay.
So I haven't done the testing for this. I don't know how much actual alcohol is in it. Probably not that much, if I had to guess. but it's the thought of it.
It's the thought of it.
Also, you can't drink wine on the go. People look at you weird. The police look at you weird. It's just not a good thing.
Do you have experience with that?
No, I don't. So I think there's a lot of value in this. Now, who's the customers? The customers are the kids. You target the little ones. No, I'm just kidding. You can't. This is 21 and over. This is an alcoholic candy, if that's even allowed. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure about the regulation.
Well, we had whiskey stars.
That's true. That's what got me spawned to this. Is I saw those, or I ate those whiskey stars. So for all of you, maybe there's people who already know, there is these chocolate covered stars with whiskey, liquid whiskey in them. Literally, you bite the chocolate and whiskey, a shot of whiskey just comes pouring out.
They were really good.
Yeah, they were really
surprising.
Good. Yeah, and I don't think it was like the equivalent of true shot of whiskey, but I could see myself eating a pack of that and maybe getting pretty buzzed. Like 12 of those things, or somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Which
you might do if you're a girl that has recently been broken up with.
True.
Lots of chocolate and wine.
Yeah. So. Just eating that, yeah.
And ice cream.
Damn it, Jerry.
Ooh, alcoholic ice cream. Continue. I'm sure somebody thought of that.
That's another business idea, Russ. You're giving it away. Too many. Only time for one. So the customer segment would essentially be alcoholics. You could probably narrow it down even more. Did I say alcoholics? I meant people who can drink alcohol.
Oh no, alcoholics is a good one.
I'm gonna
go to the
AAA or no AA, Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah, go to the AA meetings and sell your wine vines.
I'll just call them red vines, my own homemade red vines.
How does this taste so good?
Oh,
so familiar.
We're terrible people. We're burning in hell. So I'll be targeting adults. Probably there's a more narrow customer segment, but I would start off with broad amount of adults. Maybe I would focus into less conservatively focused areas like Los Angeles, which is more progressive. I would probably focus on those kinds of towns because they'd be more open to this stuff.
I'd see that.
Yeah.
I'd see that.
What time is it right now, video-wise?
We're at 9:15.
Okay, 9:15. We have 3 minutes. 3 minutes, Russ. Okay. So revenue stream. So you have the occasional advertising, which maybe we can do advertising on our website or something.
That's not a revenue stream. That's a cost.
No, I'm saying advertising on our website. We could, if we get it popular, because I'm skipping a couple a little bit. How am I going to distribute this and how am I going to sell it? Online platform. I see this as if it has enough desire, I could probably create my own online platform just for this.
Just a website?
Yeah, just a website, yeah, essentially. And I would handle, or at least I would try to create my own supplier or my own warehouse to build it, bake it and stuff like that, and distribute it.
The revenue streams, though.
Well, I got to get into how I'm going to do it, because then I'll get into how I'm going to make money.
Okay.
So I'm going to sell it online. I'm going to build it myself, and I'm going to distribute it myself.
Okay.
Okay. Advertising, because I'm going to advertise on my website. Negligible. Though. It's not going to really cost that much. And then other than that, I'm going to sell per product. This one's a very simple revenue stream, I think. It's only advertising, negligible, and then the money I make for people buying it on my website.
I don't understand the advertising.
The advertising, you can literally...
Like you're advertising other people's products on your website?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's very negligible, but yes.
That's generally how advertising goes, is you advertise somebody else's product and they pay you.
I thought you were trying to say that advertising your wine vines places was a revenue stream, and anyway.
Maybe people would pay to advertise my wine vine. I don't know. No, it's people advertising on my website.
Okay.
Admittedly, probably not going to be popular enough to actually make any money from that.
No.
I get that. And to be honest, I don't even think it's going to be popular enough for me to have my own website for it. I really think I'm probably going to have to partner with somebody. Are you telling me to speed up, Russ?
We're done.
We're done? No. Actually, we weren't done, but okay.
Huh?
It was still going.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It has 30 seconds left.
Okay.
I just figured you were pausing, didn't want you to start a thought that was going to take too long. Anyway, I'm ready to pause.
I already paused it. You're going to have to do some video editing.
Figure it out. Don't worry about it.
I blame you, Russ.
Clap again, though.
All right.
It's
So
5:03, by the way.
So I think creating your own website platform is ideally the way you do this because you have more control over it. But I just don't think there's going to be enough demand for you to host your own platform for this. I think you're going to have to partner with a retailer.
Absolutely.
Or an online retailer, maybe not like a physical store retailer.
Why wouldn't you want it in physical stores?
Because physical store shelf space sucks.
Does it?
To buy shelf space, maybe with independent ones, like really small ones, like maybe Trader Joe's. But
Like
to
gas
go to
stations?
gas stations, Walmart, Publix, like the big grocery stores, you will fight tooth and nail to get an inch of their shelf space.
Interesting.
Because you got to think about all the possible products that can be sold.
Yeah.
Only the biggest products are in Walmart or think like big kind of retailers because they have the money to pay for it.
Okay.
Finding shelf space sucks, and it's what I'd like to avoid. So I would most likely do all of this online.
Okay.
Or partner with small independent retailers.
Yeah.
So cost structure. Cost structure is not crazy for this one. It's just literally just my factory because I would be building this myself, and my supplies, my ingredients. Advertising and marketing is of course part of it. And if I partnered with retailers, I don't think there'd be additional cost unless I wanted to share the revenue with them in order to get their early partnership. That would be the only special or extra cost to this.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you always have to share the revenue with them a little bit. Otherwise, they wouldn't make money on selling your product.
No, so what you would do, you can do it one of two ways. You could share the revenue of the product in its final sale, or you could sell it to them and they could sell whatever price they want.
Yes. They're still taking a piece of the sale price, but the final sale price, but yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the final one, supplier, camera died. So camera died, so hopefully, Russ, you're putting something very beautiful on the video right now. Maybe a scenery in the Bahamas, or...
Could do that.
Ooh, here's ocean waves.
Kids of hell.
What?
I could put in like an image of Mason being like stabbed
What?
by a demon.
What? No! Run, Mason!
Oh, wait, no. Mason.
Run, Mason! Run! Get out of there!
I'm not actually doing this. This is too much work.
Oh.
But if I were, it wouldn't be Mason. It'd be all the children. Anyway.
God damn it. You are alienating all children to watch our podcast.
We're going to be like cussing all the time anyway. Why are children learning how to start a business?
Look. I don't know. Put something beautiful. I don't know. Fucking put grass growing.
Put grass growing. I could put a video of grass growing.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
You're welcome, audience.
There you go. Here is a video of grass growing.
But really, the only other thing I wanted to say was just supplier and distributor, which I've already said many times. I'm going to be my own supplier. I'm going to make it in my own conventional or commercial kitchen, and I'm going to be the one distributing it. I believe in that type of model, so because it has more control over from end-to-end product. A lot of people will partner with distributors and basically let them do the shipping for them. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's going on over there? Why is there laughing? There's no laughing.
Sorry, I just realized there was no camera, so I thought I can do whatever I want.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You think that's funny?
I think it's hilarious.
God damn it.
I can flip everybody. I can go streaking through the room right now and nobody would know.
I would know, Russ. I would know, and that's enough.
Nobody cares about you.
Also, there's a whole bunch of windows in this room, Russ. Everybody's going to see you.
Oh.
All of LA.
They'd enjoy it, though.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I interrupted your fantastic wine vine idea.
Distribution. So a lot of people pair with distributors just because they don't want to deal with the headache.
Amazon.
Yeah. They can deal with Amazon, FedEx.
You're saying you want to do your own distribution?
I do.
Okay.
So maybe it's a pseudo distribution. I would be the one who able to get it to regional centers, my own regional centers.
Okay.
But maybe the final leg would be done by somebody else. Maybe I'll take that FedEx same day bot and let them do the packages for me.
Well, it'll get stolen by some kid on the street, and it won't get past the sidewalk. Tree branches under the concrete, but
And then we'll have drunk kids walking around eating wine vines.
Oh yeah. Now yes, if I was a kid and I saw a box of wine vines being transported, I'd absolutely steal that.
Yeah, that's true too. I hope my packaging isn't on the outside of the robot. That would be silly. But anyway, yeah, so that's my product, the Wine Vines.
Like, oh, here's a $2,000 laptop being shipped by the robot.
It's like, thank you, and then knocks the robot out of the part with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my idea, Wine Vines.
It's a great idea.
Thank you. I probably expect somebody to steal it in a month if these videos finally get released.
Hey, well, it's going to take a long time to put the pit of hell and grass growing up on this video.
Literally 4 seconds. It would take 4 seconds to do that. No. But yeah, that's all I had for today. So unfortunately, audience members, we don't have a lesson of the week.
Aww.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Very sad.
I know everybody enjoyed the lesson of the week last week. I'm sure they learned quite a lot from my user experience flow lesson. So I'm sure they're basically punching their monitors right now and about ready to send bricks through my window. But no, alas, I do not have a lesson this week.
That's okay. I think we're all okay.
Yes, I think we're okay. But yeah, so Russ, what did you learn this week?
This week, I learned that it is good just to accept that you're going to not hit everybody. You're not going. Well, that came out wrong. Because I would love just to hit everybody.
Okay.
And I guess I can accept that I won't. Anyway, no, I mean being successful with potential clients or not. I knew it ahead of time, but I learned what it feels like to be rejected by some people that you thought you had already started building a relationship with, but then some that you're more successful with, what it feels like to actually build a good relationship. So, just getting that idea of what it's like up in there. What did you learn?
I learned a couple things, Russ. I learned one, you hate kids, but I already knew that, so I guess not really a new lesson. 2, I learned that robots are going to take over the world in many different ways, and sadder ways than I would have thought. Delivery man and counting people in a room are not exactly the ways I thought robots would take over.
It's better than stealing donut making. So
it's true. At least we've got that.
At least we make our own donuts.
Yeah, and then we come back next week and we see robots making donuts. Shit. But yeah. So what else did I learn? I learned that that you know a lot about Bill Gates and his love for green toilets.
Oh yes.
And I'm
Bill Gates does love green toilets.
And I hope I learned that you have.
Just wondering if he likes them a forest green or like a lime green. Not quite sure.
It's probably teal.
Teal.
Or a sea. It's a sea foam.
Sea foam green.
Sea foam green.
Oh.
It's a blue green essentially.
Okay.
It's a stupid green if you ask me.
It's not really green.
Yeah. And I learned that you have charity and graciousness in the eyes of victory, because I'm sure you're just not going to post anything on my Facebook because you're a very nice and a gracious person.
That's where you're wrong.
All right, well, I guess we'll see you next week. Comment, like, and subscribe on Biz Boyz Broadcast.
And check Mason's Facebook page.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Yeah, comment, like, and subscribe, please. We love the feedback. And we're going to come back next week either with the new format or talking about the new format. I think we've come up with a couple ideas, and that we think it's going to revolutionize this broadcast.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.